guys, so today we'll be reacting to They Just Got Exposed Big Time. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, man, link to the original video and channel will be in the description down below. But with that being said, let's get into today's video, shall we?
Welcome back to the series so legendary, even Fortnite turned it into
Yeah.
a weapon. In
Yeah.
today's video, Hassan continues denying the real oppression of women in Iran.
Jeez,
He gets
Hassan.
absolutely humiliated with the facts as always. Denims is now claiming that she's only being sued because she's a woman. Frogan desperately continues to beg for money to fund her lawsuit, and everybody is laughing. Hassan's favorite journalist, Taylor, has just been completely exposed. Subscribe or you have to listen to the new Hassan podcast, Terrorist Talks Only. And let's begin with Hassan once again mocking a woman for talking about oppression in Iran.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit into Listen, I'm sorry. I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt.
This lady, I forgot her name. I literally. She's like worth like $30 or something. I don't know why she's talking.
I can't eat Kubi Day.
Hassan, buddy Hassan. Shut up.
Whoopi, don't you understand? I can't wear bikini to the beach. So
Buddy.
obviously, they all need to die. We need to kill them. I can't wear my skirt to beach and eat Kubi Day.
Okay, buddy. An ad.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
Our menu has something for everyone.
My favorite, this new crispy chicken sandwich.
Wow, very progressive Hassan, making fun of actual women's oppression. First off, nobody is saying kill them, you literally just made that up. We're talking about how the leader and the government
Hassan
oppresses the people. Why would anybody want to kill the people being oppressed, you absolute moron? We're just pointing out that oppression does in fact exist in Iran, and you conveniently ignore that and manipulate your audience for the sake of your politics. Here's some quick context if you missed last video.
Iranian women can't post TikTok dances? That's a joke, right? You're
Nope,
saying
they
that
can't
as a
post
joke,
TikTok.
right? I don't
Look
think
it
that's a
up.
metric for women's liberty. They absolutely
Look it up.
can.
Can women in Iran post dance videos to TikTok? Public dancing by women is illegal
the
under
proof was,
Article
like,
67
right there.
of the Islamic Penal Code,
Do these
which
people just
criminalizes
not
acts
believe?
against public modesty.
Iranian woman arrested for dancing. Iran arrests 2 young women for dancing in cemetery. Hard to say why. Was it because it's a cemetery?
Right, so once again, if you look at the facts, women are extremely oppressed there, and Hassan will purposely ignore this because, well, it all boils down to his central philosophy, which is that he absolutely hates America with a burning passion and will support any and all of America's enemies, even if it means supporting literal terrorist organizations. Here's a quick explanation why he supports Iran. Number one, it's against Israel and America, and he obviously hates both. And number two, Iran supports and funds the terrorist organizations that he loves so much, including Hamas, the Houthis, and
But he might as well
Hezbollah.
be
Here's what
considered
people
a
are saying.
terrorist.
This is peak Hassan journalism. Probably stayed up all night trying to think of that. It's okay though because Hassan believes they can dance. That's all that matters. Anyways, let's just check out what video he was actually reacting to, because turns out these people might just be as crazy as him. Basically, they legitimately tried to argue that Americans are more oppressed than women and gay people in Iran,
for
which is just
Christ's
delusional.
And it's slow.
But let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that it is the same.
Bro, I'm having the same face as Asmund Gold right now. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you on about? You're worth $30 million. What are you talking about? Huh. It's not the same. It's not. I don't get why people think it is. It's legitimately not the same thing. Jesus, this audio is gonna be choppy as hell. Well, I already know this. Yeah, it's going at 2 frames per second when I talk. It's not the same. I don't get why people would even think it's the same. Let me give you a let me give you a dumbed down scenario, of something that's bad. Let's say you got arrested for being a terrorist and you weren't one, and they let a real life terrorist take your place in society. It's kind of this. It's the same principle, just different. To where people think it's the same, but it's not the same. Let's get back to the video.
She thinks that her in Iran is... Oh my God.
It's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not if you're black.
No way, she just used the black card.
Black gentleman. Oh my God. That is insane. I wonder what Iranian women think of her saying that. Whenever they see some multi-millionaire who has their own TV show talking about her skin color being the same as the systematic oppression of your gender.
Hello,
Exactly.
it's me, Hamas Diddy Piker. I actually agree with this nutjob. Very intelligent, if you ask me. Iranian women are not oppressed, actually. I've personally seen their TikTok dances. Nothing is real, actually. The narrative is formed based on which side I agree with. You see, because I, Hamas, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Epstein, Tucker, hate America, I automatically just love Iran and agree with everything they do. It's simple Hassanetics, the new version of mathematics.
Not if you're black.
Guys, nobody
Not
wants
if you're
to
black.
diminish the very real...
And people are watching this, correct? Tell me why I heard people clapping in the background and after she said, "None of you're black." Buddy, that has nothing to do with women not having rights. In Haran, I believe I butchered that name, but I'm not sure. But it's not the same. It's not. It's not. I'm sorry, but I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. But I've seen plenty of black people post dance videos on TikTok and not get arrested. Doesn't matter what gender, they haven't got arrested. So I don't know where that's coming from. This doesn't make sense.
problems we have in this country.
No, I do. I do. They're not even remotely comparable.
They're not-
Anybody who's
they're not
trying to bring
comparable,
up any
like,
U.S.
at all.
problem and contextualize it around something that's happening to the Iranian people is a completely privileged, delusional.
Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. When you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
And when
Okay, buddy.
when
Okay.
did Iranian women get the vote?
They don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe.
We are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are there kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? These are
What?
they are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They can't go out of their house.
Oh
She's
God,
realizing,
these
bro,
people
this is bad.
irritate
Bro,
the shit
even
out of
on
me.
The View.
That's the
You gotta
same
remember,
lady
this show is delusional
that was
to the
complaining about
extreme.
Gen Z.
Even over here,
People
they're like, bro, this
complaining
is too
about
much.
price
You know what?
increase.
There's no
Meanwhile,
way I can make you understand.
millionaire or
The reason
some
why is
shit.
because it's bullshit.
No, you can't just expose me. I'm actually as oppressed as gay people and women in
You're
Iran.
not.
Doesn't matter if I'm a multi-millionaire privileged piece of shit trying to invalidate actual real oppression. Dude, what a piece of work. Like, I don't know what the hell they're teaching in American schools.
Like, I
for
don't
people
know
to
what
be
they're
this stupid.
smoking.
Unless
I
Hassan's
don't know
school
what they're
and she just
smoking
turns
to
on
have
Hassan's
these
Twitch stream
delusional
every
ass
night.
takes
Smartest Hassan
on
fan here.
real
This
life
is
events.
absolutely tragic how many people are this dumb. I want you guys to wake up grateful every day for two things. Number one, you were not born stupid. And number
Yeah,
two,
I'm
you were
glad
lucky
for
enough
that.
to find the Pegasus channel, baby. But yeah, dude, honestly, this reminds me of a saying, you know, being so open-minded that your brain literally falls out. Like the fact that they can sit there as all multi-millionaires, right, including Hassan, and just pretend that women are so free in Iran and Americans have it so much worse. I mean, that is just peak delusion. It is just utter propaganda. And honestly, if you're defending it so much, please, for the love of God, go to Iran. Nobody likes you in America, bro. Leave. Let's just see how much they actually love you there. In fact, do us all a favor and take Denims, Casey Tron, and Froggen.
Take all 3 of these women there. They tried to get CPS call. They tried to get CPS on one man on the internet. And tried to slander a man with sexual assault allegations with no proof on the internet. Take all 3 of them there. We're better off without them. Actually, I believe it was just Denims and Froggen, but in the end, all 3 of them should go there. I might get some people coming at me in the comments for saying that, but from the last video I saw on all 3 of them, they're complete pieces of shit. Didn't this woman say, didn't she on stream say boo-hoo if you're a military soldier that's got PTSD and you're an American soldier that's got PTSD or some shit like that? I'm pretty sure she said boo-hoo. In Denims, I don't feel like I should even get into talking about her. Because what I've seen from her streams, and just people talking about her in general, complete emptiness in that noggin. Just denies anything that's real. No wonder all 3 of these people orbit Hassan.
All of them, take all of them and go to Iran. They love it too. I'm sorry, your black woman victim card has been declined. Dude, women get deleted for not covering their hair. Whoopies on a whole different planet of existence. They're all deleted for not love it too. I'm sorry, your black woman victim card has been declined.
Bro, I'm sorry your black woman victim card has been declined. Jeez. Even people in the comments of this video are just clowning on them.
Like, dude, women get deleted for not covering their hair. Whoopies on a whole different planet of existence. Their audience will clap for anything. It might actually legitimately be Hassan fans in that audience.
As a new mom of 2, I'm so glad that I found the world's first 3-in-1 child shield by Energizer. It's the only coin lithium battery with 3 safety features designed to keep our kids safe.
They are gonna get 2 reaction videos in one because I might.
If they're called the views, react to blind. Nice one. Yes, Iranian women and whatever. But what about me? It's all about me, guys. Come on. She has a net worth of $30 million and calls herself a victim. Only in America, fellas. Only in America. Anyways, turns out that Hassan might actually be in trouble. So Ethan posts, why is Hassan getting notes during our debate from someone named Chris CPS? And then we have this picture of like Chris CPS shared this folder. This was during their whole debate. I will subpoena Hassan if I have to. Hassan, do not erase evidence. Is he gonna follow suit with Froggen's and Denims who are just trying to delete all evidence? Remember, this same loser was literally crying because he thought Ethan was going to get help from Destiny during their debate. Oh my god, he wouldn't stop. He's like, oh my god, they're gonna bring down Destiny. He's not gonna have a fair debate. I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned. Like, the amount of crying he did was insane. Alrighty, let's move on to Denims. She is now playing victim, claiming that she is only...
It pisses me off that these people have no accountability for anything. They're just saying, well, you're coming at me because I'm a woman. You're coming at me because I was right about you. No, he's coming after all 3 of you because they're all pieces of shit. Casey Tron, I can slightly forgive because she's just fucking high every time. But Denims and Frogan, complete pieces of shit. Hassan, he's not getting sued. That's fine. Because he didn't just blatantly steal content to steal content. But, all three of these individuals, you deserve what you got. Or are still currently getting. I haven't watched the follow-up video, which is why I'm gonna watch it after this one. But then... Jesus. It irks me that they just don't have any accountability for anything that they do. Like, I can admit when I'm wrong for some things. Oops. Like, if I'm wrong about a certain thing or a certain topic, I can admit I'm wrong about it. But you can't just sit here on the internet, blatantly steal something, then act like you didn't steal it, then do what Frogan did, and delete evidence afterwards. You've already got a notification you're getting sued. Notice, you're getting sued. It doesn't work like that. He has the original footage of the video. So, that you made. And now you're deleting all the evidence. Buddy, you might as well have just deleted the evidence before you got a notice you were getting sued. Because at that point, at least you'd have some legal footing to stand on in court. You don't got it now. And she's just playing the I'm getting sued because I'm a woman card.
Being sued because she's a woman. Denim 16, Ethan is only suing women so he can farm hate from reactionary fans.
So if you would like an easy block list, this tweet, I left replies open, 1.5k replies, easy block list. The number of replies in here that say skank, OnlyFans, etc. I think we all know.
I'm sorry, but does she have an
audience that
OnlyFans
you
for?
are trying to obtain. Okay? I think we know. To pretend like the people that you're
Thank
suing
you.
just happen to be women, and that there isn't a very obvious desire to obtain viewers that are the most sexist people possible. Just be real for 2 seconds, okay?
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. From rich, solid woods to velvet-like texture.
Is that even a word?
Just be real.
Just be real, Ethan. Isn't Ethan's audience like majority women, and he hires like a shit ton of women to his companies as well? This is such a pathetic, desperate attempt by Denims to smear Ethan, to make him look like a sexist. Ethan explicitly said in his video, the only reason he's suing Frogan, you, and Casey Thon is because you three specifically violated the copyright most brazenly and openly declared malicious extent. He held the most highest standards possible for this lawsuit, and you somehow met them. I'm sure if a guy did the same, he would be getting sued as well. It just so happens that it was you three. Also, obviously, he wouldn't actually have a case if this whole thing was based on you being a woman. That obviously doesn't work in court. Oh, I'm suing this person because they're a woman. Like, how is that ever going to work? This whole thing is about fair use and copyright. But of course, this absolute idiot is trying to come up with any excuse, playing the classic victim card, because you've so utterly lost this battle. And you know, in general, I don't support people calling her, you know, whatever names they might be, but when you act this vile online, it's pretty much expected.
You're on X, what do you expect? I don't want to defend Ethan.
Exactly.
He is
if you're gonna act a vile on
he's not on there because he can't handle criticism, which he's admitted. There's a clip of him saying he can't handle the criticism, which is why he doesn't use Twitter anymore. But it's also in my YouTube comments, in his YouTube comments, in my Twitch chat, and in my Instagram comments. Literally, probably thousands at this point of comments that are anywhere from to Probably the worst would be like a threat.
I can understand if it's hurtful comments,
so
just like
hard. Listening is
regular
so
hurtful
difficult.
comments.
So you can't
But
sue
if it's
because you're
murder
a woman.
comments,
What logic
nobody
is that?
deserves it.
Listen.
But
Oh, the BoJack Horseman. It's very fitting.
but
I mean, the chatter had a
I'm
point.
not gonna say.
According to Denim's logic, you're
I'm just
basically
gonna
not
say,
allowed to
to be
hold
fair,
women accountable, or you're gonna be called sexist. Apparently, women
you're
like
gonna
Denim should be
try
given
to-
a free pass to be
if
as
you're gonna
scummy.
try to steal something from someone, or call CPS on someone, and for no reason, or claim somebody is a sexual predator with no evidence, and just go back on what a drunk person says, who's completely delusional, by the way, and try to get somebody's career ended, simply due to the fact because you don't like them yourself. It's gonna come back to bite you in some way. It's gonna come back to bite you in some way. That's all I'm gonna say.
As possible, and if you ever criticize them, then they can just play out some victim card and it's invalidated. I mean, aren't you the same person that was gonna sue Ethan before this? So what,
Yeah.
you're suing him because he's a man? You literally started up a GoFundMe, which was, in my opinion, a bit of a scam because you wanted to pocket the money and then you were forced to refund it after your audience turned on you. And now you're begging for money online again after you specifically said you wouldn't. You just can't cry harassment when you were literally platforming the lies about Ethan's kids, indirectly leading to the CPS call on his kids, and also said that even if the CPS call happened, it doesn't matter because kids can't form memories that young.
You're not forming memories at 3 years old. And
I gotta stop you right there. You are forming memories at 3 years old, even if you forget those memories. I'm sorry, but 3 years old is only below 4 years old. So at least at 3 years old, I'd say you're like pre-toddler age, and at 4 years old, I'd say you're toddler age. So you are forming memories. He's at 3 years old. So I kind of gotta stop you right there because you sound absolutely stupid.
it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old.
You are just an all-around disgusting individual, and you are just being held accountable by this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Karma is finally
You gotta
coming
be
around,
held
and you
accountable
can't
for
take
something.
it. Anyways, let's move on to Frogan.
Jesus,
Watch out, gravity
it's
has
gotta
been
make her a
distorted.
black hole.
Every time we talk about Frogan, it's like entering the reverse world in Pokemon, like you're about to meet Giratina. Anyway, so Ethan has reacted to her GoFundMe efforts.
Frogan is always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Last to the game.
We are 1 month into the Trump presidency. We want to know how you think he's doing. Scan the QR code right there on the screen. Vote a Newsmax poll on the president's job performance. It only takes a minute.
That just means she's last to the game. She's always last. So she's actually doing better than Casey. So Casey's taking the fattest L. Although I laughed her goal at 200,000, so she's 3% there.
200K.
She's not being modest. The other ones asked for it.
I was going to compliment her strategy here. She has a very sad-looking picture of her to garner sympathy, which I think was a smart move.
Smart.
This fundraiser is to cover any and all legal fees associated with this complaint, and any counterclaims I may have against them. Ooh. I'm sure you've consulted and thoroughly thought that out with an attorney. Any bills or personal expenses I have from lost wages and damages arising from this litigation. Lost wages? You mean the money you're going to pay me?
Bro, I love how Ethan is just not in the slightest bit worried about this at all. And she is so desperate, she's pulling out all the stops. The sad face picture the first time she's not actually looking smug. Crying about harassment in the text. Looks like the chickens finally came home to roost. Actually, I mean, none of the chickens made it out, let's be honest. But yeah, now we can use all of her clips. Boost, boost. Then Ethan talks about her deleting all her VODs.
She erased all of her content after she learned she was being sued.
Jeez, you can't.
Deleting evidence after you learned that the lawsuit's happening is a like, no, not that I need any help either, you guys.
Here, there's just a paid comment.
Yeah.
I know for a fact Frogan's videos were up. I checked after watching Ethan's video yesterday because I checked her streaming schedule.
Got it. There you go.
You're being informed. You're in a lawsuit.
Deleting evidence. Don't delete evidence.
Come on. You know it's bad when Ethan is pulling out the Donald Trump impression. But yeah, if anybody didn't know why deleting the VODs is bad, it's because she did it directly after learning that she was about to get sued, so it's considered trying to hide or delete evidence, so the court can automatically assume the worst of it.
There's a specific word, spoliation.
It's when you're accused of committing a fraud or civil offense, and then you erase the evidence. So basically, by doing that, if we want to bring up the deleted, we can presume the worst from what she deleted. We can presume, oh, you erased all these after you learned you were being sued, therefore you were clearly hiding something, and you were committing.
This is why you don't delete evidence.
We can presume that, and it counts, right?
Right.
Not good.
I mean, not surprised she would delete the evidence. Frogan is used to deleting absolutely everything on her plate, of course. Honestly, I gotta congratulate her. For the first time ever in a race, she is not in last place. She is currently beating out Casey Tron in the GoFundMe. Congratulations on your first silver medal in how screwed you are. The amount as I'm recording this video is about 20 to 30K or something, not even a fraction of what will be needed for a lawsuit like this. Hassan obviously still not using any of his socialist money for his friends. Apparently even Anissa is not donating.
Oh, Anissa also retweeted but didn't donate.
What the f? Like Anissa and
with friends like this
and Hassan are the ones who should be rushing to defend them.
Imagine having 1.2K viewers and getting yourself into a situation where you will be dead broke after. Well, joke's on you, motherfucker. I'm already broke, dumbass.
Well, you're smoking a joint. You know, you got money from the bank for that. How much, dude? You got to be spending a shitload of money if you're hitting 42 volcano bags.
Well, there we have it, folks. People were asking if Casey Tron was somehow actually rich because she's a content creator. I mean, if you can call that content. But no, she's completely broke. She admitted it, just like Frogan. And this is honestly a dream come true for Frogan, at least. She can finally work at McDonald's. A match made in heaven. I would just advise the managers to keep an eye on the stock, so to speak. You know, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, you know, keep those cameras ready. Keep a tally of all the nuggets, the burgers, the fries. I suspect some of them may mysteriously disappear. Now they talk about some Casey Tron clips of her saying that she's not going to get sued, and then she also calls Ela ugly.
Whatever.
Whatever.
And it's like, is that even going to happen? I doubt it.
It's happening.
Like,
we've taken our classic chicken sandwich to the next level with juicier, crispier, tastier chicken, crunchier.
Like, why are they doing this to me?
I explained it in detail.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it makes sense.
An attack on me is an attack on everyone.
That was fun.
Blast you, Ethan Klein. Blast you to in hell. No, like, what the fuck? Oh, this no good mother and his ugly ass wife. God.
Here she calls you ugly, which I thought was.
You should be
this
making.
kind of set me off because I was like, oh hell no! This. You know what she's like when the camera turns off? Donkey.
Nah, bro, you can't do Shrek like that. That's an absolute violation, bro. I will not tolerate the slander.
There was a time where, like, I could have helped him.
There's never been a time in any lifetime any multiverse could help anyone. The person who needs your help the most urgently is you.
That there's some jealousy involved, but what I was saying was, it seems like he's got dead.
She's out of breath. Her lungs are about to collapse.
Jesus.
This is what happens when you actually breathe more smoke than air. She can barely flip and function. I feel like Ethan is doing these people a favor. Maybe they'll actually get their asses in gear now that their life is falling apart and they're about to hit rock bottom. Then they read some GoFundMe donations. This one is from Denims.
$5 from Alex. Hating Jews is bad. Ethan, don't settle. bleed her bank account bone dry. That's not my intention. My intention is just to obviously stand up for what's right. How can you crowdsource a legal defense fund when there's a genocide happening? Kind of true. It is kind of true. There seems to be better ways that people, I think, could donate their money to. Now it can finally donate ethically to the Kleins.
Oh my God, you guys.
It's 100% of the.
Was organically going to donate this to the Children's Cancer Research Fund, but this seems like a better cause.
Oh God.
I'm still stuck on the Hey Would You Blow Me.
That was really good. I think Ward would appreciate that.
I was going to donate to Gaza, but I think you need it more. That's, in my opinion, the best comment.
Dude, these are honestly so funny, but why are people actually donating, bro? You gotta have some better uses for that shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate the content. I just wonder how much the donation amount would actually be if people weren't literally just troll donating. Because we've actually seen so many of these messages, and anytime I check, it's always a troll donation. So I imagine it's like half, right? And I'm not sure how GoFundMe works, like if you can refund your donation or something like that, because people who are donating your troll might actually do that or whatever, but I'm not sure if you can. Anyways, now Ethan points out that Hassan is retweeting tweets that are completely false.
So Hassan retweeted this. I'm not a legal expert. Okay, but let me give you my expert opinion. But posting a video admitting you intentionally targeted specific creators and that you laid all of this out as a trap seems like it will lead to an automatic loss, right? Laugh my ass off. Okay, you want to name the legal precedent for that? Also, that's not what happened. I mean, I didn't force anyone to react to my video, dumbass. And Hassan retweeted that. He thought that was a really good. He thought that was a really good thing.
Bro, Hassan literally lives in fantasy land. There's no person who should ever take this guy's opinion seriously anymore.
The fries
like that
in
one
the
person
bag.
said, he literally lives in augmented reality. He constructs reality as he sees fit in order for it to fit his political worldview. That is why women in Iran are not oppressed. That is why America is like the worst place in the world, yet he won't leave it. Then he talks about Hassan refusing to donate.
And show support to Denims, Rogan, and Casey Tron.
I won't, by the way. He goes, I need you guys to go show support. I won't.
Obviously, he has a ton of money, and he's going to use the ton of money that he has.
Does anyone else in that room have a ton of money? The most basic, easy test to land, right? This is a socialist, communist. These are his people. This is his chance to put his money where his mouth is. And he can't even donate to their GoFundMe.
I'm sorry, Ethan, but think of the Gucci bag. He can't support his friends because then how's he gonna afford another Gucci bag? It's simple Hassanetics. Like Newton, discovered gravity. Einstein came up with a theory of relativity. Pegasus came up with Hassanetics. I will actually go down in history for encapsulating all of his stupidity. This is a topic more complex than the physics of this universe. Anyways, now we gotta move on to Hassan's favorite journalist, Taylor Lorenz. If you remember last episode, she was complaining about protests in literal Roblox and cops shooting people in Roblox, a kid's game. She literally just got baited by a troll and ran a whole story about it. And now she's beefing with Ethan. Apparently a very embarrassing clip about her has been leaked. Ethan hits back at Taylor Lorenz after she claims she's not a Hassan simp. So it starts with this tweet: Hassan and Taylor are friends. I've never seen Taylor thirst after Hassan once, and everyone does it very openly. I doubt she would hide it. Why does Ethan make everything about sex? He responds, a girl can't even say she hopes to witness the death of Western imperialism anymore without being accused of doing it for a man. Shake my head. Yeah, unfortunately, people found the clip.
The other thing with Hassan.
Petley designed better for your lives together.
Thirsting for this man.
You're not gonna believe what happened. Tell me everything. I'll show you on Monday.com. So I started the biggest initiative of the quarter. I did everything right. I used AI blocks to
He's unreasonably good looking and like cool and dresses cool.
Tell me about
But
it.
do you know what I mean? Like Hassan would be an influencer no matter what he was saying because he is very attractive and very cool and genuinely a good person too. I will say, like Hassan is actually a cool, fun, good person.
Oh no! Oy, 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 oy. The absolute embarrassment. This is the journalist, by the way, the fair and unbiased
We're not gonna act
journalist.
like that hasn't happened.
Guys, I wonder
so many
why
videos of it.
she always supports Hassan, and she tries to meet him in public as well. Very interesting, actually. actually. Dude, this is the greatest report of all time. I love how she admitted Hasan would basically have an audience no matter what he was saying. So you basically admit he's a fucking idiot who has no idea what he's talking about. And people like you only watch him because you're literally a thirsty gooner. She's the male version of Dan Clancy, bro. Ain't no way. Bro. Also, come on, unreasonably good looking. Come on. Just admit you have a crush on him, bro. You can't pretend to be a valid journalist and then goon every night to your subject. This is not how it works. Wait, what's that? Mr. MVP!
You can't do that.
So Ethan responds to the clip saying, Taylor Lorenz lies as easily as she breathes. It's no wonder that she is blacklisted from every reputable news organization. What kind of journalist drools over a subject like this? Beyond being unprofessional, it's downright pathetic. Oh, Taylor, unfortunately for you, Hasan is not actually interested. The only people he's declared his love for is Hezbollah. And you know, Hasan is a busy man. He has to visit brothels in Germany that were rated for human trafficking and had underage people in it. He's too busy letting his star girlfriends sleep with other men like the absolute he is. He simply just doesn't have time for a journalist such as yourself. Now, maybe if you start an OnlyFans or live a degenerate lifestyle, Hasan might actually be interested. Or heaven forbid,
no, leave the Diddy parties out of this. That's no. I don't want to imagine that, actually. I don't want to imagine seeing Hasan at a Diddy party. Or Taylor Lorenz.
Hasan will be signing right up. 4-year-old woman thinks she's 20. Hasan is a 4-year-old man who thinks he's 20. Match made in hell. Anyway, she tweeted this article. Ethan Klein is a raging misogynist who hates women. Excellent piece by Cat and Bar. Ethan responds, majority female audience, by the way. She's mad I'm more for the girlies than she'll ever be. Many snark subreddits are majority women, but they're some of the most vile and misogynistic spaces online. Women also perpetuate misogyny. There are women who vote for Trump. If Ethan stopped, harassing young girls online. What?
He hasn't done that.
Book, he might know that. What is this? This is not okay.
This
you
is
can't
like
say
the,
this.
This is
okay,
like
even the dumbest haters
don't.
Was
like the same shit. It was almost on the same level as the same shit that Elon Musk tweeted to Asmongold when he said, "Who are these mysterious editors?" It's just complete stupidity.
Accuse me of essay harassing women. What the F are you on about, freak? Journalist, by the way. Taylor, I think that's straight up slander. Oh my god, the Ethan Klein lawsuits are gonna start flying out at everybody right now, bro. And I have a feeling that,
she might as well be involved in the lawsuit as well, because
the GoFundMe. I mean, this kind of makes sense.
That'll
She's
be
a
considered
devout follower
slander in
of
the court of
Hasan, so
law, I do
obviously
believe.
she engages in the same slanderous tactics as Hasan, calling everyone PDF files or, you know, some sort of label to discredit everything they're saying. Also, I love how she says that if you're a woman and you disagree with her take, you're perpetuating misogyny. Yeah, apparently women are not allowed to think for themselves, according to Taylor here. The worst enemy to victims of crimes are dumb bees like Taylor Lorenz, who will use the same language for Ethan that would be used for someone who's been actually assaulted. Can you include Taylor in the lawsuit? Or just make a new one. She's awful and deserves to be penniless. Ugly just isn't enough. Now, apparently Taylor leaked a conversation with Ethan, so Ethan ended up leaking the whole conversation himself. Taylor posted a clip of her convo on Twitter, so I'm posting the whole thing. Gotta keep everyone entertained while I'm gone. If you ever meet someone like this in real life, run. She's scary good at gaslighting and crazy making. So Ethan is talking to her. She says, I'm not watching all of this. Again, genuinely hope you get help. I mean, nobody ever writes such disgusting, soulless, heinous things about your children. She was basically supporting the whole story.
You have no evidence of that.
Did I beg you for help? Did me or Hila ever beg you for help? I don't know where this hatred is coming from, really. I should care a lot about that since CPS visited. I'll always defend people's rights to free speech. NYT won that baseless defamation lawsuit, which was funded by extreme right-wing donors and part of a coordinated smear campaign. She's trying to play defense for herself. How come you don't work there anymore? I left to become a columnist. Sure you did. You're doing fanfic right now. Well, I guess I'm cringe, Ethan. Do you think you're a young girl? That's an insane framing, don't you think? Wait, was she referring to herself when Ethan made fun of her? She's like, you're making fun of young girls and sexual comments to young girls. She was referring to herself.
I feel like if I watch the second video right now, I feel like I'm already going to go down a deeper rabbit hole.
Harassing myself and other young women by speculating about our lives. Yet you are unable to provide a single example. This is what we call defamation. Crybully making stuff up. Shocker. Savage Ethan arc. They really should stop trying to mess with Ethan all the take our hours. Bro, Ethan is like 1v9ing at this point. It's crazy. Now she responded to the Roblox protesting. Basically, Ethan called her really dumb for texting like a Roblox kid or some shit. Ethan, I'm a journalist covering online culture. One of the kids I interviewed reached out. Believe it or not, there are other time zones. Shocking. Yeah, but why are you messaging Roblox kids? Then she defends Frogan as someone who deeply cares about free speech. What Ethan is doing is appalling, and just like the Frogan lawsuit. Free speech. They didn't even say anything.
In the clip I'm seeing Frogan on these absolute
such a good one. Oh my god. Now click this video to automatically have 3 wishes be granted. Yes, I'm a genie. Rub my little mushroom head. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. Introducing the tech.
Alright. I'm gonna look up why it's so bad to delete evidence after you got a notice that you got a lawsuit. Why is it so bad to delete evidence after you got a notice that you are getting sued? My God, dude. Deleting evidence after receiving a notice of a lawsuit, even if unconstitutional, will have severe consequences. It can be viewed as what the fuck? Okay, I feel like I need to switch that word now. We could have. Actually, I can just highlight it because I cannot pronounce it myself. Copy. Paste. Oh, nope.
Spoliation.
Spoliation. Okay. Can be viewed as spoliation of evidence, potentially leading to okay, another word I can't pronounce properly. See.
Sanction.
Okay, sanction. sanction of the court, including fines, dismissal of the case, or an sorry guys.
Adverse
infraction. Okay. Hello? Okay, no. Jesus, man.
Inference
adverse inference, instruction over the I cannot pronounce these words right.
Instruction.
Okay, alright. Instruction against the party who destroyed the evidence. This means the judge or jury may assume that destroyed evidence was harmful to the party who deleted it. Alright, so that's why it's so bad. Oh. Apparently this says I've watched some of this.
As a new mom,
I don't believe I did.
I'm so glad that I found the world's first 3-in-1 child shield by Energizer. It's the only coin lithium battery with 3 safety features designed to keep our kids safe.
Chiaki the Echo, sure. Alright.
Again, both of these.
You're so embarrassing. Oh, man.
Good. Your Missing Dad came back to watch. Welcome back to a series so good. Your Missing Dad came back to watch. In today's video, Hassan is once again crying about Asmongold out of nowhere. Anissa Jomha, aka iDubbbz' husband, is back beefing with Ethan. Ethan might actually end up suing some Reddit mods who were engaging in harassment. Actual lawyers have also chimed in to talk about the lawsuit. Caseytron has a new defense of pretending she was too high to remember reacting to Ethan's
pretending
video.
you were too high
Great
to remember.
Streamers
That's a good
responding
defense.
to
It's gonna hold up.
denims
That's gonna hold up. And oh my
Subscribe
god!
or you have to go to an are responding to denims and Froggen.
Jesus,
Subscribe
when
or
did
you
you
have to
remember
go to an
eyebrows?
exclusive Diddy party
You
with
went so much
Hassan. And let's
creepier
begin with
with
Hassan
them gone.
finding absolutely any way to cry about Asmongold. Here he says that he wants to bash his head into a wall after reading a chatter. This chatter was talking about if Iran was building nukes.
I asked my hog brother. He said leaked intel showed Iran was 2 weeks from a nuke. US and Israel already knew. He was against action 3 days ago. Now it makes sense. His wife has military ties. Here's inside chatter. Says China gave Iran weapons hoping they'd use them on us. Yet also doesn't want them to have nukes. Thoughts. No thoughts. I actually am going to, once I end the broadcast later tonight, bludgeon my head against the wall so I can be just as fucking moronic as your dumb hog relative.
Jesus,
so that I can live
Hassan.
a life of happiness and
Hassan, you are the moronic one. I'm sorry, but Iran having nukes, it's not going to end well for them. Or some poor US soldiers that decide to drop it on. Because if they do decide to drop it on some random US soldiers, that's not close to America. Well, I'm sorry, but Haran is gone. It's wiped off the face of the map. This isn't it's not me making a threat. I don't like threats, to be fair. But, just look at any historical event of nations hurting U.S. soldiers or bombing U.S. soldiers. Yeah, America doesn't really take too kindly to that. So, just to say, if that were to happen, which I'm pretty sure they are developing nukes. So I'm sorry, but any country develops nukes. Except Japan, because they know the dangers, and consequently stopped making bombs and nukes and whatnot. Good on them. But as for America and Haran and the other countries, no, they have not stopped making nukes, as far as I'm aware. So if Haran were to have nukes and say, drop them somewhere close to America, or well, just sad to say that Haran's gonna probably not exist anymore. Which is why it's a bad idea. Because I've seen clips of people in Haran burning the American flag and saying "Death to America." So, just to say, if they were to do that, Haran's gone.
Constantly have no thoughts up here and only just go by whatever the Trump is saying.
Oh my
God, it would be fantastic for my media career. Perhaps I could be just like fucking Asmongold. Okay,
I'm not sure why he's making it out to be as every American has no fucking brain, when he himself seems to have no brain. It's crazy to me.
I'll just go, yeah, based, this guy, yeah, chat. War with Iran, based.
Okay, you really need to work on that Asmongold.
Yeah, you really need to work on the Asmongold
impersonation. Like he wasn't already dropped on
right
his
now
head as a baby. You don't need to bash your head in. It's already been done, alright? We can see it. There is no other explanation for this level of stupidity. Also, I just love how Hasan is just so confident about anything to do with Iran after completely getting everything wrong, as we showed last video.
Iranian women can't post TikTok dances? They absolutely
Thanks for the recap.
Public dancing by women is illegal. You literally deny facts right in front of your face,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
You laugh
one
at
of the
oppression
nice
faced by women and
facts.
gay people in Iran.
That's why
Mr. Hezbollah is my
couldn't-
favorite flag.
no.
How do you personally know if
I
Iran
don't
had
think I
nukes?
subscribed
Like, you're
to him,
talking
which
with so much
I'm
confidence
fine with not being
when in
subscribed.
reality you're
Like,
literally
definitely.
just guessing. You're
To
not a
him.
politician. You have no insight
'Cause I could
at all.
never
And the
agree with
extent
him.
of your research is reading like Taylor Lorenz articles. I think I can posit now that not a single soul in humanity has sucked on more terrorist schlong than Diddy Piker here. The
Yeah,
ultimate
Diddy
terrorist
Piker.
glizzy
That seems like a
gladiator.
good
One
name for
schlong
him.
equals one Twitch subscriber. That's just Hasanetics. The mathematics so accurate it applies to Hasan. So anyways, Asmon responded.
Moronic as your dumb hog relative so that I can live a life of happiness. Perhaps I could be just like Asmongold. Okay? I'll just become a hog.
The commenter never even brought me up. Never even said anything about me. It had nothing to do with me at all.
I don't watch these people, but judging by posts here, it seems that Hasan has been cheating on Destiny with Asmongold lately. Hassan just heard all his orbiters are starting to ask for cash to help with lawsuits. He just wanted to release some stress here.
Yeah, Hassan can't be too happy right now considering he has to pay for all of his friends' lawsuits. Bro is somehow more stressed than normal, and constantly getting rage baited by his chat obviously doesn't help. Now, Asmon also responded to the other clip where Hassan randomly brings him up. This one was about Hassan trying to fit in with the younger kids.
Hassan wants to be a cool hip stage boy so bad at good content, not gonna lie, because your favorite content creator is a pathetic little fucking cretin who never leaves his house. So when you see a political content creator who...
How does he know this is... How does he know it's me?
Loser, school shooter, favorite political content creator, not interact with these people.
What? That's crazy. I'm a school shooter now.
What the hell?
I love this chatter. One, accidentally writing this in my chat instead of Asmongold's chat. It was not accidental. He tagged you.
Well, that's practically like
tastier. Try our
after
new
that,
sandwiches
they
at
don't
Culver's.
yeah, this is the most recent one. That's so bad. It's so fucking bad.
It does boggle the mind that there are people who do ask that question sincerely to someone like Asmongold, as though he knows anything.
It's like you don't know anything,
like anything about the history of Iran, history of Israel, but just anything in general.
Asmon living rent-free as always. Bro is just piss mad every single time. He finds like 600 different ways to slander him every video. Hassan probably goes to bed at night just double-checking Asmon's stream, making sure he can start his nightly goon sesh with Asmon's bald head. Anyways, let's move on to Ethan beefing with Anissa Jomha on Twitter. So basically it all starts here. If you didn't know, there was a tragic story of a person apparently passing due to her extended harassment from Reddit.
And it breaks my heart that someone who is selfless and devoted her life to animals could have so much negativity pointed at her.
I don't know how deep this harassment went. Apparently a lot of the evidence was deleted, but snark Reddits in general are known to be vicious. Save a Fox founder Michaela passes away after long-term harassment from online communities. Many are pointing fingers at the snark subreddit, which has gone private. This is a huge loss to the Fox community. So Ethan talks about his own H3 snark Reddit and how Reddit needs to be held accountable. Probably unsurprising, but the Redditors who harassed this poor woman day in and day out nuked their entire thread hours after this news came out. Ethan responds, exactly what our snarkers do, maximum cruelty with zero accountability. Reddit knows, they allow it, they defend it, and it seems they even participate in it. Reddit must be investigated and held accountable. So this was from the H3 subreddit, the heartbreaking reality Ethan has been warning us about. Ethan responds, I've said since the beginning, it feels like they want me to neck myself. This is their goal, unironically. Now Anissa comes out of nowhere, tweets about it. This is coming from the guy who literally said his goal is to harass me and Ian to the point of leaving the internet. Yes, apparently leaving the internet is the same as literally necking yourself. Obviously from somebody as clout hungry as her, these two would be equivalent. She continues, I want to remind everyone I didn't freaking make the content cup either, but he's talked about me sexually nonstop in some sad attempt to feel some type of control. I didn't even say anything until quite a while after his creepy meltdowns. Well, in my opinion, this is a straight up lie. She was definitely yapping way before he had his creepy meltdowns, so to speak. Also, she has admitted being a part of Ian's content cups in the past, so I don't know what she's trying to do here. She also constantly supports Ian and basically all of his supporters and Hassan and the whole group, so I don't know why she's trying to pretend she isn't part of this whole beef. In general, I think calling out people who deserve to be called out is obviously okay and should actually be done, and it's actually a good thing, especially people who have done bad things and haven't received any consequences, or supported bad things happening, like the CPS call to Ethan's kids. They need to be criticized and held accountable. Now, obviously, things like doxing is not okay, or real-life harassment, or anything that exits the online world, that obviously goes into something that is way more serious. But yes, people like Hassan who literally commit crimes should be held accountable, and laws need to be followed. If you're promoting terrorist propaganda and shit like that, you are actively harming a lot of people.
They're trying to intentionally harass them in real life. And so that's really what the problem is. The problem is like, yeah, just how the f is cyberbullying real? Just close your eyes. You know, you're right. But the issue is that Closing your eyes isn't going to stop you from hearing the knock on the door from CPS.
So Ethan responded. Ethan responds to Aneesa claiming she's misrepresenting what he said. Also asked her to open the books for Creator Clash 2. So Ethan replies, I did not literally say that. I said you guys should leave the internet after being totally disgraced financially and reputationally as a result of your own actions. Aneesa, you participated in the CPS lie, and Ian justified it. You guys participate in snark. You have shouted them out and used posts from there. You are an evil, snark-brained loser. I'm defending myself against scumbags like you. Cry bully. I mean, Ethan is completely right here. To compare Ethan criticizing Ian and Aneesa to snark Reddits trying to, you know, call CPS on Ethan's kids is just completely ridiculous. Also, yes, he was only telling you guys to leave the internet because you deserved it, and you essentially, in my opinion, basically scammed the charity. You did not make it perfectly clear that you were taking 34% or anything like that, so you basically ended up fooling a lot of your fans. Particularly those who thought money was going to charity as well. Ethan continues, Aneesa, open your books on Creator Clash 2. Did you pay for Denim's, Frogan, and Hassan's flight and hotel from charity money? Did they fly coach or business? How much did you spend on the before and after parties? Honestly, they will absolutely never do this because it will completely expose them and they will not be able to show their face online. Not like they can do much right now, but they still have a bit of a fan base who sort of respects them. And if they ever leak their books and people realize that they were snubbing charity, I think even the people on their side are gonna turn against them. Proves you shouldn't mess with a man's children. Really disturbing that whenever someone talks about the subject of self-harm, Aneesa finds a way to insert herself into the conversation and talk about how she's a victim. She's done this before. I don't know if it's her obvious sadism or what. Ethan's post was not related to her at all. Aneesa has consistently tried to always play victim regarding every single situation ever. It is not surprising in the least.
I don't get it.
Ethan calls out Aneesa for downplaying her role in the H3 content cop. Here we have a post from the H3 subreddit. Don't let Aneesa gaslight you into thinking she didn't make the content cop. It's pretty obvious this was 100% her idea, but for more evidence, Dad, the YouTuber, not my actual dad, is on the LolCop pod explaining his side in Creator Clash. He mentioned once the content cop dropped, he texted Aneesa if they had to drop it before the event, and she replied that they had to. Why is she answering for her husband? Well, I mean, that's a pretty obvious. We got the Rick situation going on, obviously. If you watch my previous episodes on iDubbbz and Aneesa, you would know that they have an interesting relationship, to say the least.
The only thing that would make him, like, you know, 0.5 hotter is if, like, he fucking is.
Yeah, looks like there was a GoPro there. Man down, as they say.
But
ideally, don't lose the camera.
Wow,
I don't get why these people do this.
Stinky iDubbbz. So Ethan responds to the tweet where Aneesa saying she had nothing to do with the content cop. Funny, it seemed like he really wanted credit for masterminding his videos. She said this in a podcast before, but now conveniently you don't want to be involved. This is exactly what her entire strategy, where like, oh, I'm throwing this event, Creator Clash, blah blah blah. It's gonna do so well. Oh, I'm raising money for charity. You can't criticize me at all. When it starts failing, well, I'm transferring ownership. Guys, I'm transferring ownership, no longer mine. Go blame the other owners now after you completely tank the same thing. So the same thing is happening here, where you wanted credit for his content cop videos when they're doing well, and now when everybody hates it and everybody's turning on you, suddenly you're like, well, I had nothing to do with this content cop. This was all iDubbbz, as if this guy could do any action. He can't even drink water by himself. Aneesa probably has to feed him through a test tube. It's just insane how c***ed he is, bro. It's crazy. Anyways, but now conveniently you don't want to be involved. At least you won't need to throw Ian under the bus this time, because he's still laying in the road from the last time. Ain't no way. Was it your idea to say the N-word to Tana? Oh my god. Basically, if you didn't know, he's again referencing the podcast clip where Aneesa was taking credit for all the content cop, and she's the one who told him to go up to Tana. It takes a special type of psychopath to play victim after what you did. You know, when they eventually do break up, which is definitely coming, by the way. I can't wait to hear the stories being told by both sides. How iDubbbz is just being like humiliated and abused essentially, and Aneesa will play victim saying iDubbbz did something. I'm calling it. Like you all know I'm a future predictor. All right, we'll see. Send me the clip whenever this happens. Clip me, send me later. All right. iDubbbz more than his wife. Now, the next part, Ethan responds to being called a misogynist. If you missed last video, Denim's basically implied that Ethan was only suing her because she's a woman, which makes zero sense. Even the journalist Taylor Lorenz was playing victim like, oh, I'm a woman. Ethan has been going off on Instagram. In the story dump, he denies being a misogynist due to his lawsuits against 3 women, calls out Taylor Lorenz specifically. To the chorus of fools accusing me of only suing women, please point out any of the male creators that stated their intention to steal my content. I will happily add them to the lawsuit in the spirit of equality. Shocker, this is exactly what I said last video, that if there were male creators who did the exact same thing, they would be getting sued as well. Turns out, Ethan doesn't actually care if you're a man or woman. He basically only sued the people who violated fair use most egregiously and basically admitted they were doing it maliciously. Misogyny is when you're mean to Taylor Lorenz. We got a subreddit post. I literally don't want to hear one word about Ethan Klein being a misogynist from Hassan and Noah Samson defenders. Hassan calling for a wellness check on his ex-girlfriend because she wasn't answering his text, and Noah Samson likely violating the trust of someone who thought they were being safe by sleeping with him when in fact they were not, are both infinitely worse than anything Ethan has ever done or said. Yeah, so apparently the Hassan and Orbiters lore gets really deep. The fact that they so quickly swept up the Noah Samson thing under the rug and pretended that isn't a big deal is absolutely wild to me. You can't look me in the eye and tell me it's not a big deal, then shit and piss about Ethan suing 3 creators that are women. I get that everyone makes mistakes and the Hassan thing was a while ago, but let's be honest, if it was Ethan that did these 2 things, these people would never let him forget it. Also, let's not forget the blatant grapes denying by Hassan and friends, right? That is, if you really care about women, that is not
you shouldn't be
doing, obviously. He's a mega rich multi-millionaire YouTuber with endless money, and I'm a freelance journalist with thousands of dollars of medical debt and 0 assets. Oh my god, add another person to the broke list, bro, the brokey list. We got Froggen, we got Casey Turan, we got Taylor. It's not fun to be on the Hassan side, honestly. It seems like in Hassan's orbit, he's the only rich one. Like, everybody who sucks up to him is just broke. There's no world in which I have the resources to go against someone like him, which is Nose. Which is Nose. Nice one. Journalist, by the way. That's why he's threatening me. Ethan sits in his which is Nose. Nice one.
Which is Nose? Wouldn't that be which is known? Yeah, it should be which is known. God, she can't even spell grammar properly. I know I shouldn't be talking because I had to look up some words and then in that question I asked Google. But that's more or less because I'm slow. And I probably... I knew the words. I couldn't pronounce them properly, though. You guys saw me stuttering a little, I think. But that's diabolical. Which is nose. Which is known. Not nose.
One journalist, by the way. That's why he's threatening me. Ethan sits in his multi-million-dollar mansion all day long, harassing and abusing women online. He's deeply selfish and vile individual, and I regret ever giving him the benefit of the doubt. He doxes and attacks and smears women, and sicks his deranged fandom on us. What an absolutely unhinged characterization of Ethan, by the way. Sits in his mansion harassing and abusing women online. Dude, what are you talking about? They're really talking about Ethan Klein here. Oh my god. Deeply selfish and vile individual. Bro, you're describing your literal crush, Hassan. Play the clip where she's gushing over him.
She's describing Hassan. She's literally describing Hassan, but twisting it to be Ethan. What is this? What reflection is this?
unreasonably good looking and like cool and dresses cool.
Tell me about.
Ah, yes, unbiased journalist Taylor Lorenz. I wonder why she hates Ethan, guys. I wonder why she always supports Hassan. Who would have known? Who would have thought? So once again, Ethan responds, "Why are y'all so obsessed with my house? Your idol Hassan owns a multi-million-dollar house in the same city. What the F are we doing here?" Ethan forgot the central belief they follow. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Oh, Colorado order?
Oh,
Ethan,
Jesus.
you're officially on our favorite orders to pack list. Here's your mocha, 2 coconut caramel cookie, and brownie batter. Since Ethan ordered through this link, he unlocked—
Like, there's no way.
Ethan responds again, Taylor Lorenz giving me the benefit of the doubt. He needs to log off. Every influencer has a snark page and wants it taken down. He needs to go through the legal channels, not publicly bait them. Normally I'd have sympathy, but he spent the past year terrorizing and stalking anyone obsessed with Hassan.
Terrorizing and stalking?
He needs to log off for a long time, get his head straight. Also clean up his house so his kid isn't crawling around in dog feces. Ah, the journalist Taylor Lorenz, amazing. You know,
again, where's the proof of all this?
Thought that, okay, I understand why everybody is, you know, grifting this hard. Okay, maybe they're all rich, you know, maybe they're making a good bag out of being complete idiots. But she just admitted she's absolutely dirt broke. So you're acting this unhinged while being dirt broke.
You can't.
Money.
Be serious.
Crying misogyny doesn't work anymore. Of
Yeah.
course, if it's not like an actual valid
crying
criticism, of course people
misogyny
are
does
going to
not
ignore
work
it,
anymore.
and you're basically watering down the meaning of the word. Just
You
like
can't
you're
just
watering
throw
down
somebody's
victims of
business.
actual essay when you say that Ethan is essaying you over the internet for calling you out. Lorenz is so flippin' insufferable, it's not even funny anymore. Yeah, but Ethan is a
It's insufferable. She is
Average
insufferable.
Hassan viewer. This is the most accurate statement. Alrighty, now apparently we also had a bunch of lawyers talking about the H3 snark mods. In the last video we covered that Ethan would be subpoenaing them, and apparently they've been panicking and contacting lawyers for legal advice. LawTuber LUS shows email from alleged H3 snark mod asking for legal advice. LUS thinks there's a solid chance the discovery could open up a bevy of issues for the defendants and mods. The first time Reddit mods would get away with it.
These free content creators, as smaller content creators, may have negotiated, interacted with the H3 snark mod, right? Based on how much the H3 snark Reddit subreddit loves them, they may have interacted with them in a way that they were interacting with a person's real name. And in discovery, Ethan Klein is entitled to all of that. Who knows what the percentage is, but I'm fairly certain that at least one of these moderators, who was a huge fan, let's say, of Dennin's, probably interacted with Dennin's using his real email, using his real name. When they interacted with me, only one interaction, they did use their first name. And I'm a complete stranger to them. I've never interacted with the subreddit. I've never talked to them. I've never responded to email. When discovery hits, you have to turn it over anyway. So if there ever is a text message with a phone number or an email, or like I said, this case will break these free individuals if financially. This case has a high potential to financially break and ruin these free individuals for their entire lives. And the H3 mod.
High potential to financially break these individuals. Those words are absolute music to my ears. To see the most vile and rotten people on the internet finally, after all these years, get what they deserve. Oh my god. Never doubt the sweet god of karma. Also, I just find it hilarious that the Redditors are finally getting some repercussions, because Reddit is the place where these absolute most vile people go and think they can just post anything, slander anybody, and just get away with it. Okay, moving on to Casey Tron's new strategy of avoiding this lawsuit. Basically, if you remember, she and Frogan and everybody else was kind of deleting all of their VODs, and now she wants to claim that she is so high that she couldn't remember the video she was reacting to.
Just because I didn't react to his stupid video, he had to make up that I did and put a video of me smoking weed over his stupid video to get attention. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about your video. Like, I don't know. I don't recall reacting to it. I don't believe that I reacted to it. I do not remember. I don't know. I may have been under the influence.
You don't remember, but you remember enough to delete all your stuff like Frogan. That doesn't seem a little bit suspicious at all. Yeah, that doesn't seem suspicious at all. Totally. I totally believe that. I already looked up online, it's bad to delete evidence. after you know you're getting sued. Yeah, it's not looking good for them at all.
Influence, but I do not recall reacting to it.
I just don't remember, guys. I was under the influence. A brilliant strategy. Brilliant gambit by Casey, once again. I'm sure the judge will be thrilled to hear this argument. Your Honor, yes, there is camera evidence, so I did in fact steal from the store, but I was so high at the time, I do not recall stealing from the store, so I didn't have to pay the consequences, lol. She can't get her way out of a lawsuit no matter how hard she tries. So Casey Tron tweeted, "Don't let anyone dull your sparkle, little girls, even when it's from powerful men who get litigious to evoke support from incel communities that love to humiliate women. This isn't about copyright. Big Mama's going through it. Send your energy." Is this another troll from Casey Tron? You know, when you say something completely idiotic and then when people call you out, "Well, I was only pretending to be stupid." Also, why the hell are you talking to little girls? What the heck? No little girls are watching you. In fact, nobody is watching you. Your one viewer is like Frogan, who's probably the furthest thing away from little girl. Anyways, turns out YouTuber Legal Mindset responded to Casey Tron's new defense of being high.
I don't know. I don't recall reacting to it.
So whether or not you recall reacting to it, being the defense here, saying, I don't recall, I don't know, I may have been under the influence, I may have been baked, I may have been high. Does that work? Well, absolutely not in this case. So copyright focuses on the act of copying and distributing work. So the focus with copyright is, did she copy or distribute work without permission, without consent, without being authorized to do so? And copyright is strict liability, which means mental state is irrelevant. You can do it, you can do it in any mental state, and it doesn't matter. It's strict liability. Did you or did you not do it?
Yeah, so basically even the lawyers are telling you you're absolutely cooked.
Yeah, when you got lawyers that are professionalizing stuff that are on
YouTube. The same thing with her favorite word,
with
incel. She
YouTube
calls
channel.
Everybody incels, including Ethan, who has a wife and kids. And then she says, "Oh, well, I'm just trolling you guys." It just doesn't make any sense. Like, you're still getting sued. That part is not a troll. Now, Legal Mindset talks about the destruction of evidence by deleting VODs.
But beyond that, she may be getting herself in huge trouble with spoliation of evidence. That's something, maybe it's a new word for you guys, but spoliation of evidence is intentional or negligent, which means you're doing it willfully or you're doing it recklessly without thinking. It's destruction, alteration, or hiding of any evidence that is relevant to a legal proceeding. And once a party, once a person knows that a lawsuit has been filed, they know there's something pending against them, there is a duty attached, a duty engages to preserve the evidence and not destroy it, alter it, or hide it. And if you mess up with this, if you're found guilty of evidence spoliation of evidence, there can be sanctions, there can be fines, they can have your court pleading struck, or you can have a default judgment.
Right, so essentially you're not allowed to hide or obstruct evidence, and now it's pretty clear that they were acting without the instruction of a lawyer, because no lawyer is going to intentionally sabotage your case like that. So basically they're just kind of doing whatever they think is right, and they're essentially sitting on a house of cards, and it's only a matter of time before they get what's coming. Now, is this actually going to court? I don't really know. I definitely think they're going to be paying a disgusting amount of money regardless, way more than they currently have, and this will kind of set a precedent for the community in general to not F around and definitely not steal content. Then he talks about how these people just don't know how to shut up.
And the problem with most content creators is they don't know how to shut up. They don't know how to just be quiet, not talk, stay off the internet, stop responding, and just let your lawyer take care of it. And that applies for a lot of the folks in this, which are continuing to comment, post on social media, rant in their chats about this lawsuit, when really they should be shutting up. They should be real quiet and saying, hey, look, can I talk to my lawyer? Can I get out of this? Because there is potential for them to fight this. There are arguments they can make. However, their lawyers are going to be put on the back foot the more they do things like this. The more Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan decide to run their mouths and talk about this and make up stuff and make comments on this. But content creators cannot help themselves. They feel they have to say something social media. They have to get on their platforms.
Absolutely 100% true. If you ever wanted to torture a content creator, simply take away their mic and don't let them post on social media. There's no greater pain for a clout-hungry goblin than to not be able to yap online. It's the curse of an influencer. Then he talks about the Reddit moderator situation.
Another area where there may be issues is involving the Reddit thread. Right, the H3 Snark Reddit thread. As another lawyer mentioned, they may be subject to discovery insofar as they might have been working with Denims, Frogan, Caseytron, and there may have been communications between them. If there are, that could be subject to discovery, which means you have to turn over all emails, text messages, etc. And if they've been deleting messages, if they've been going in and looking at their contacts between Reddit and between these content creators, and they've been deleting, hiding, or otherwise trying to maneuver them or change them, that could also bring penalties down on them as well. And I think a lot of the people involved in this just don't know anything about the legal process. They have not engaged an attorney, and they're absolutely courting for disaster.
Yeah, this is why you always want to consult an attorney before you try pulling these idiotic stunts online, especially when you're already being sued. Once you're being sued, surely you should have like the basic knowledge to run all your actions through a lawyer. But apparently the KFC bill was way too high. Now apparently Tectone might be getting in on the Ethan Klein lawsuit. That would be cinema.
Hey, Caseytron. Ain't this you? Ain't this you? That's you, isn't it? That's you. Hey, Casey, maybe we're going to be dealing with something else a little bit later. You know, maybe we should not fuck around. Because, hey, Casey, we about to find out, aren't we? We about to find out. By the way, guys, I will be getting in contact with Ethan Klein's lawyer on Friday. Man, we have a lot to talk about. This is gonna be crazy. He might have a new client he's taking a part of. This is gonna be a great old time.
Yeah, this is just not looking good. Everybody's just getting in on the lawsuit now. Then he talks about why she deserves the hate.
Like, this is a chick who's tried to ruin my life with false allegations. This is a chick that's tried to ruin Ethan's life by going after his kids. This is a woman who put a hit out on someone. This is a guy who's attempted to ruin Asmongold's life by calling him a pedophile. This is a person who's trying to ruin Nuxtaku's life by calling him a pedophile. Do you know how much that she got punished for? Zero. Ethan, the Grand Arbiter says, don't worry, guys. I got this.
Yeah, I think people are honestly too brazen with these labels nowadays. Hassan has just made it okay to slander people without any consequences. The amount of times he's just said blatantly false information. And that's why we're here, to call him out. You know, every single lie will be debunked by Professor Sus here. Now, apparently somebody shared an older Frogan clip that I missed from like a month ago or something, and it still haunts me to this day.
Bro. Can we talk about Tectone? Can we talk about Tectone for a second? Somebody sent me this tweet today and had me crying laughing, bro. He was like, I am genuinely considering full swapping to YouTube.
No wonder he showed that clip of her having no fucking eyebrows. Jesus. Look at her.
Terrorist propaganda isn't pushed harshly and immediately on Twitch. My father, my brothers, and our soldiers did not bleed, sacrifice, and die for this bullshit to be allowed and promoted on Twitch. This needs to change immediately. How come he didn't join the U.S. military? Yeah, it's like the Miley Cyrus thing. She's like, yeah, the rumors are true. I deleted my Twitter.
Yeah, she was really smug. Oh my god. And now suddenly we're on the GoFundMe begging for money. Suddenly we gotta put the sad face on, you know, get all that sympathy in. Doesn't look so smug anymore. There's just no laughing. There's no burst. There's no 45-piece nuggets. Had to downgrade to a happy meal. More like a sad meal at this point. But yeah, boo fucking who. Now click this video or Frogan handles your next food delivery. Spoilers, you ain't getting shit. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
At Vistaprint, we print signs so people can see your brand up close.
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment. Well, with that being said, that's pretty much it. See you.